We'll start now with the block 2 of T324. In the first part of this block, we will present how to conduct an organized search over the net, which could efficiently find your hits and in shorter times. However, in the rest of this block will focus on wireless sensor networks, which is a new trend in networking. So we'll talk about it in the coming presentations in more details. As an example, in this part, we will take the case of wireless sensor networks when we want to use these keywords for searching for some articles on the net, for example. So as you know, we have vast amounts of information on the net. So what are the strategies when you want to search for an information or articles about specific topic? One strategy might be to seek out a few authoritative and partial descriptions and explanations, study them in depth, make detailed notes, and learn from them. An extreme alternative would be to grab whatever current reports, websites, and so on are available and hope to build up a picture from a mass of fragmentary accounts and the briefest of notes. So the emphasis of this book is on working with authoritative accounts. There are 4 reasons to look at academic literature. As you know, that you will find material of enduring significance that was not readily available or well known at the time it was published. A great deal of academic material is filtered by subject expert before it can be published through libraries, databases, catalogs, and established practices. An academic publication has endurance and a provenance. There is a wide spectrum of materials that describes and explain aspects of ICT, books, magazines, web pages, and even radio and TV programs. It's impossible to pay attention to them all, so keeping in touch with what is happening is inevitably haphazard. But there are a number of sources, not necessarily specializing in ICTs, which regularly offer useful articles on ICT and are worth looking at periodically. Some commentators on ICT keep web blogs. The time they are able to spend on their blog and their particular interest and expertise are likely to vary, and it's hard to recommend any particular blog since the quality of the comments can fluctuate. Nevertheless, blogs are a useful way of keeping up to date. So when we talk about technology, we have different people that talk about it or interested about it for different purposes. So we have people that are affected by technology, we have others that make the discoveries that inspire change, those who through the law and through regulation control the uses of technology, those designing devices and tools and seeking outlets for their goods, and the people planning investment in a new technology. Work on the following activities. So to reduce the number of documents obtained when conducting a search, since you have a specific scope of in your search with which do not fit with the other ones that we have presents. So how to narrow your search in your specific scope. So that's what you should learn in this part. Work on the following activity. When you search for wireless sensor network, as if you are searching for the keywords wireless or sensor or network, so all these hits will be obtained. And if you want to get the documents that contains the wireless sensor networks as all of them, all these keywords, so you should have a wireless plus sensor plus network or wireless and sensor and networks. If you want to obtain these keywords as a single string wireless sensor network, so you should put these strings between double quotations. It's very important to paraphrase the information that you get from any source obtained from the internet or any other library. You should paraphrase the information and acknowledge the source, so cite the reference in which this information has been cited, and at the end of your reporting you should mention this reference in detail according to the format that we will present in the coming slides. A digital object identifier or DOI helps to find documents that are stored in databases. The idea is that although the organizations that keep documents may change their name and their status, the DOI will remain the same. It's said to be a persistent identifier. Importance of the DOI, copyright and document access restriction. Work on the following activity for searching a specific DOI from the DOI website. What are the informal tools? We have the various discussion forums exist on specialized ICT topics, so this could be considered as one of the informal tools. Look, for example, at the following forums as informal tools in the domain of ICT. Other informal tools are blogs. Blogs are a sort of online diary in which the authors post opinions and links to website addresses that find interesting or useful. The third informal tool type of informal tools are wikis. Wikis can also be a valuable source of information. A wiki, unlike a blog, allows registered users to modify data. Work on the following activity related to the informal tools, informal ICT tools. So as we have said, one important skill is to learn how to refer to other documents in your own writing. Academic literature, it's common practice for authors to acknowledge the sources of their information, and it is important for you to learn the conventions. Think about the reasons for doing this acknowledgement. It's time to look at in a little more detail at the documents themselves to see what wireless sensor networks are. You need to be active in your searching and not passive. We can be easily distracted and in the course of doing research sometimes find ourselves following up things that are fascinating but not directly relevant to task. Be clear about what it is you are looking for by defining your research question in advance before starting your web search. And then take appropriate notes and put the reference in a specific way. There are different type of audience. Prime audience as academic, commercial, are clear audience that you can read the description of each. We have business, engineering and technology, public. The purpose of conducting the search could be for entertainment or informative or educative or for reporting or for explaining something related to a concept, notion, etc. Could be for arguing or for to propagandize or to advertise something. Quality control. Publications are basically monitored and controlled prior to publication. Some quality control mechanisms are peers review, editors, public relations agents, advertisers, and public. Various types of preserving documents are three types for preserving documents: libraries, databases, and websites. ICTs can be used to distribute and process documents and provide a variety of means both of tracking down documents and of delivery. Many earlier forms of presentation have been adopted in electronic form, as publisher databases, database services, web, DOI, printed copies, photocopies, and libraries.